right. As you all know, Dr. Martin Luther King was a civil rights leader during the 1960s. And he was part of the movement that helped to create laws that changed how America operates according to several things, such as ending discrimination if someone is trying to look for a job, or the ending discrimination in buses, such as the boycotts that Rosa Parks was a part of. So after listening to my speech, you'll be able to identify a few reasons as to why the civil rights movement was a big deal to end racial discrimination. Dr. Martin Luther King was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and he was a Baptist minister, as was his father. He gave a famous speech called "I Have a Dream" in Washington. He did this on a date when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which proclaimed that all African Americans would be free. His speech was intended to inform people about equal rights for all. His goal was to have equal opportunities for everybody. And he was a very gifted orator, and this is a picture of him. It's my grandfather. He also worked with him. His wife, Loretta Scott King, is a civil rights activist as well. He also stressed to eliminate the police brutality that occurred against African Americans in the South. Because of this, because of all this active participation in all these marches he led and all the boycotts and sit-ins he was part of, Congress passed a few laws. One of them was the Fair Housing Act, which states that when someone's looking for a house, you cannot be discriminated against because of your religion, gender, sexual orientation, etc., everything that you can think of, disabilities. The Voting Act of 1965 was also part of this, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a major outcome. So in conclusion, Dr. Martin Luther King was extremely famous, and he was a tough guy, and he was great because he was good at speaking in front of people. I have a few clips to show you, some pictures that.
So you hit left trigger, left click.
This was a march that he was part of. He protested because people were being discriminated against when they went to go look for jobs, and his main reason for this was to end poverty and the distinction between race and poverty. He wanted to create equal opportunities for everybody. March that he was part of. Some picketing that happened. We made signs. We marched for integrated schools now. He also wanted to help desegregate the schools and overturn the Brown versus Board of Education. More marches.